I decided to go to Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack to pick up a few more fragrances for my collection. And one of the fragrances that I got that was a fail is a very, very popular fragrance. It's all over TikTok. Tons of influencers talk about it, and it's had so many dupes made of this particular fragrance. If you want to know what that fragrance is, definitely keep watching. Hi and welcome back. My name is Sasha. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you clicked on today's video. On this channel, I do fragrance reviews, so if you enjoy that content, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then you know each time I upload a new fragrance review. And I have 5 fragrances today from my recent Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack haul. And I am excited to share them with you guys because I'm curious if any of you might have these fragrances and they were a fail for you or they were a success for you. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into the video. The first one I'm going to share with you is a very popular fragrance. As I had mentioned in the opening there, a lot of people love this fragrance. It's all over TikTok, all over YouTube, Instagram, and I am talking about Bakra Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now, I have to say this is an amazing fragrance in the bottle and on a paper strip. However, when this hits my skin, we're talking about a whole different story. We're talking it goes bad. It gets sour on me, does not smell good at all. But my gosh, does it smell good on paper? It has saffron in there, which is definitely detectable. You're going to get notes of some jasmine, some amber wood, some fir resin, and cedar. And it almost has this fruitiness to it in the opening, although there's not really any fruit notes listed. I just get this whole kind of, it's hard to explain, but it's really, really nice. And that fir resin just adds to this fragrance that makes it really stand out. Goes bad on my skin, and I mean bad. Sour. It would last very poorly on my skin as well. I think I got like 2 hours and then it was completely gone. And so I'm curious, does anyone else out there have Bakra Rouge 540? Did it work for you? Or was it a fail? Were you disappointed when you got it? I want to know. I hope I'm not alone. Let me know in the comments your thought. But anyway, having said that, I think this was like $325 for 2.4 ounces. So I definitely will be returning this one to Nordstrom because that is just a waste of money. And I'd rather buy some other fragrances that work better for me. But anyway, that was the Bakra Rouge 540. Oh, what a disappointment. All right, next is L'Interdit Eau de Parfum Rouge by Givenchy. This is a really nice fragrance. In the dry down, it reminds me a lot of the original, which I have, but it's the opening that really stands out to me that's very different, and I like this. It has a ginger in here and a blood orange, and I don't know if it's that combination, but it almost has kind of this root beer kind of smell to it. If any of you have this one, do you know what I'm talking about? I like it a lot. I think it smells really good. You'll notice some tuberose, so if you enjoy tuberose, it definitely stands out in this particular fragrance. Some soft whispers of jasmine, and then it has some pimento, along with some sandalwood, vetiver, and patchouli. So you're definitely going to get the patchouli in this fragrance, and if you like patchouli, perfect. You're going to love this. It has really nice projection, and the longevity, I was pleasantly surprised. I got up to 8 hours on my skin and a lot longer on my clothes, so very happy with this one. I like that spiciness from that ginger in the opening. Makes this feel a little bit more seductive, a little more mysterious. This is more for nighttime, for the cooler weather. But anyway, this is a very nice fragrance. So this is definitely one that I like and I'm really happy to have in my collection. And that was L'Interdit Eau de Parfum Rouge by Givenchy. All right, the next 3 fragrances I'm going to share with you are from Nordstrom Rack, and that is the Amazing Grace Intense Eau de Parfum by Philosophy. Now, the OG one has been on so many lists. It's supposedly long-lasting. It's very popular with women, and so with this intense version, I thought, okay, it's just going to be better, right? Well, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not keen on this fragrance, and I'll tell you why. It kind of has this fake, synthetic, plasticky kind of a, yeah, strawberry smell. It reminds me of, and I have two daughters, it reminds me of when I would give them like a new Barbie or strawberry shortcake, that doll, and they would rip the plastic packaging off, and then that doll would have that certain smell. And the strawberry shortcake one in particular has that slight fake kind of strawberry smell. That's what I'm getting from this. It does open with some raspberries, some wild strawberry, a little bit of rose, and some musk. As I said, it smells very synthetic. What this does on the skin after a few hours, it definitely gets better. And I think it's because of that musk. It gets a little more creamy. It settles down to where it's more tolerable. But because of the opening, it just does not appeal to me. It has poor performance. I mean, I get about 4 hours on my skin, and it projects very strong in the opening, but then it quickly gets closer to the body. And so, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this one. And if anyone out there does have this one, I don't mean to offend anyone. Fragrance is very subjective. It's what appeals to you. And this particular one, to my nose, is not appealing. It just doesn't, I don't know. There's just something about it I don't like. And I'm wondering if anyone else out there has smelled this one and they have the same kind of reaction to it. But this one was the Amazing Grace. This is the intense version by Philosophy. All right, next is Alien Goddess Eau de Parfum by Mugler. This one has that tropical vibe to me, the warm, sunny day, walking along the beach, drinking a pina colada, just this beautiful goddess, hence the name Alien Goddess. I love the coconut in this. It's not overpowering. There's just a slight watery coconut. It blends nicely with a bergamot. But the bergamot itself is very subtle. You're still going to detect it, but it kind of blends with this coconut. And then in the heart, you're going to start to notice that there's some soft florals that come from the jasmine. And then you get a really nice bourbon, vanilla, and cashmere. So very sexy, very tropical feeling. This is kind of one of those fragrances that you want to wear in the, late spring, summertime. You're on vacation. You're just enjoying life. It projects really, really nice. Now on me, it only lasts about 4 hours. I like it. That's why I'm on the fence with this one. I'm curious if anyone else out there has any longevity issues with this one, or if it's long lasting. I like it. It does, like I say, remind me of something very tropical. And with summer coming up soon, this is a nice one that I think I would like to keep and add to my collection. This is the one I was on the fence with, and the more I smell it, the more I'm on the side of really liking it. So I would have to say this was a pretty good success. We'll see how this works more when I try the lotion and I wear it a little bit more. But this one was the Alien Goddess by Mugler. All right, next is the Splendida Tuberose Mystique Eau de Parfum by Bulgari. This one opens with a really nice black currant and Divana. And so this one was on sale. I think I got it for like $48. So I didn't want to pass it by, and it's Bulgari, so I thought, why not? It smells really nice. It has a really nice tuberose in here, as well as a vanilla absolute. And then you're getting some myrrh. So it's almost this incensey kind of smell to it in the base. And it kind of gets slightly smoky. However, this disappeared on me within 2 hours. Smells great. Really bad performance on me, which was very, very disappointing. Now, it does project nicely for the first half hour. To me, it got a lot closer to the skin, and I really had to bury my nose into my wrist at about 2 hours in order to smell it. So that was the disappointment. That's why I'm not really fond of this fragrance, because of that performance issue. And I'm curious if anyone else out there has this fragrance. Does it last on you? Let me know your thoughts. But it does smell really pretty, but I am kind of bummed that, it just performance-wise, it was just really bad on me. Anyways, this was Splendida Tuberose Mystique by Bulgari. Yeah. All right, there you have the 5 fragrances that I bought from Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. 3 of them were a fail, and I'm curious, have any of you bought any fragrances that you had high hopes for and only to be very disappointed? Let me know what fragrance that was in the comments. I certainly appreciate you guys interacting with me. I love reading your comments. So anyway, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch my video. I'll see you guys again real soon.